Hey, welcome guys. This is Tony Porter, Tabletop Baseball Digest, and here we have a field day card, and I'm going to go step by step, detailed look at how to read this card so you understand everything that's on it. Now, this is a super easy game to learn. It's very, very quick to play. It's extremely realistic. I can't say enough good things about it. Let's start. This is a Keith Miller 1987 card, and that's right in the middle. His age is 24. He's a right-handed batter. On the left side, you see he's an X exclamation with a R circled. That means he's the exceptional speed, and he'll have advantages because of that. He'll take two bases on a wild pitch, for example. He also has a reckless. He's also reckless, so that means at times you won't be able to hold him. If he is the tying run and you're trying to hold him, or if he is, you're down by 3 and you're trying to hold him, he may try to take the extra base sometimes, not always. He is a reckless runner. All right, let's start from the left side, top left side. 11 is a double to left field, and you're going to check. So what this means is if there's a runner on first base and there's a double, it's to left field. And you're going to check the left fielder's arm, and the manager, the coach, has the choice of waving him to try to score from first base. That's what the run means. 12 is different. It's a single to center, but there's an assist. That means from going from first to third or going from second to home, you will check the outfielder, the center fielder's assist number. Okay, it could be a 22, a 42, a 52, whatever it is. And you're going to roll against that. This is a 2D6-9. This game is by ASG, so check it out. 13 is a single. This time it's to right field. And of course, you have the option of going from first to third or second to home with the base runner. You will use the outfielder's arm ability, not his assist rating. There's a difference. Just be aware of that. Okay, so for 14, 15, and 16, they're all singles. The green highlight means that he will attempt to steal. His steal rating is right under the 66 where it says triple. It's a 62. He stole 8 of 9 bases. You roll 2d6 and you read it, of course, as a two-digit number, right? Let's say a 3 and a 6. A 3 red and a white 6 would be a 36. So that's how you would steal bases. Now the catcher will have an effect on that sometimes, depending on the catcher's arm. But it's a single 2-star, a single 1-star, and a single 2 stars. The 2 stars means if there's a runner on base, he advances 2 bases. If there's a runner on base with the 15, with the 1-star, he would advance 1 base. On 21, it's a fly out to left, but if there's a runner on third, it's a sac. On 22, it's a fielder's choice. There has to be a runner on first, otherwise it's just a ground out to third. If he reaches on a fielder's choice, it will be an attempted steal again. 23, it's a fly out to center with a sacrifice fly. This number, I believe, is his injury rating. 24, it's a K. 25, there's 3 things that can happen here. Up to 24, it's a triple. So I roll 2d6 and I roll a 36. Oh, no triple, but it falls into his hit by pitch range. So it qualifies for hit by pitch. If it's a 64, 65, or 66, guess what it is? A line out. If there's somebody on base, there's another little chart you roll. You can use that same number on the line out, right? Like if I roll a 65, I would go to the chart and look up 65 and see that the line out is to second base and the runner's doubled off first, for example. That may or may not happen. I don't know. All right. So let's go to 26. Now, if there's nobody on base, I just make it, he's a righty, so I just kind of have him pull it to third base. 26 to 35 are all potential steal attempts. If he reaches on any one of these numbers, because it's highlighted in green, from 26 to 35, he will run, okay, unless you're holding him. All right, so but this guy has a very high percentage, but, depends. Okay, so 26 is his splits number. Some players have more splits numbers than others. It depends how well they hit splits. So against left-handed hitters, he singles and runners advance 2 bases. If it's an out against a righty, obviously it would be an out against a righty. It would be a pop-up to first base. Okay, so now when you start seeing S question mark, these all rely on the pitcher's ability. Okay, so the best possible pitcher, I think you even could have a pitcher at a 0, because if he's throwing a shutout in the 9th inning and he's a 1, he could become a 0 hit. There's still ways for him to give up hits, but in this 31 to 36 bracket, up to 35 is singles, then we'll talk about the double separately. So let's go to 31. So almost every pitcher will allow a hit here, and only an XY runner on base will advance 2 bases. 32, pitchers that allow 2 to 6 hits and this will allow an X runner to advance 2 bases. On 33, it's pitchers that allow 3 to 6 hits, and then the runners will advance if they are X or Y. Now remember, the other side of the / is going to be the potential out. If there's no hit, it becomes an out. 31 becomes an L7. 32, you have to roll against the shortstop's arm for a double play if there's a runner on first. If no runner on first, then it's just a shortstop hit, ground ball. 33, it's a line out to left field. 34, on pitchers that fall within 4 to 6, it'll be an infield hit. If the pitcher's a 1, 2, or 3 allowing hits, there'll be no hit and it'll be a ground ball to second base. Potential double play. Usually most infielders are V's. That's their arm, and that is a 1, 2, 3 double play, 4, 5, 6 fielder's choice. Number 35. This is any pitcher that is really terrible will allow a hit here. And then runners X and Y will advance a couple of bases. And then, of course, if it's an out, because you have a decent pitcher, it will be a line out to center field. 36 is your doubles depending on your pitcher's ability. 1, 2, and 3. Pitchers, in this case, every card is different. 1, 2, and 3 will not allow a double. A 4, 5, or 6 pitcher will allow a double. And then the runner on first, if he's an exclamation, he will score. If this is an out, it will be a line drive to left field. And a reckless runner on third base will try to score regardless if you're holding him or not. He's reckless. This is the one case where that reckless comes up where it applies. So if Keith Miller were on third base, he's reckless. You see that on top? Well, guess what? He would try to tag up and score regardless of what the third base coach is telling him. Let's go to the top right-hand corner. 41 all the way to 46 are usually your base on balls numbers. But in this case, he didn't have as many base on balls as he could have, so they took away his 42 and 43 and they made him possible outs. But also notice that they're all highlighted in green, which means when he reaches base, he's going to try to steal. Okay, I use the automatic steal method. You know, some people just roll a die to see if he tries to steal. This works very, very well. It's very accurate. So 41 is a base on balls for almost every pitcher. And if not, if it's an out, there could be a pitcher at a 0, for example. It would be a fly ball to right. Okay, 42, it's a potential double play. Check the infielder's arm rating, usually a V. So 1 to 3 would be an out. 4, 5, 6 would be safe at first. 43 is a pop-up to short. 44 is a base on balls with pitchers who are 4 to 6, wild pitchers. Wilder pitchers would walk on 45. Very wild pitchers would walk on 46. And of course, if there's no walk there because the pitcher is better than a 4 or 5, then of course it would be a potential double play if there's a runner at first. If not, then it would just be a ground ball to short. 45, the out would potentially be fly ball to left field. If there's no walk, it would be a fly ball to left field. And on 46, it would be a ground ball, double play potential. All right, 51, 52, and 53 are your basically defensive numbers. So you're gonna, on 51, you're gonna check for error on the left fielder. For 52, you are going to, and every outfielder has their own range. 52 is going to be a single, and you're going to check his throwing error. So his throwing error rating. So on 52, you would look at his number 52. In this case, Keith Miller's an infielder. He has a 0. That means he never made a throwing error. Okay, so the pitcher gives up a single, but there's no throwing error. In this case, you would not look up, obviously, the second baseman like I did. You would look up the pitcher's card and look in the same place. 53 is a range check to the first baseman. If he's an A or a B first baseman, that is like a top quality first baseman, like a Keith Hernandez in his prime. Won 7 or 8 Gold Gloves, or 9 or something like that. He would get to that ball. Otherwise, so when he gets to that ball, it's a ground ball to first. Otherwise, it's a single with runners advancing one base. 54, you go to a chart called the field day charts, and it gives you a variety of results. Think of a kind of non-rare play, right? Something that doesn't happen in the regular course of the game, but could happen once or twice in a game. Okay, that sort of thing comes up on the field day charts. This player, you could hit a home run off the field day charts, depending on the time of the year that you're playing. In this case, there would be no home run for Keith Miller. Why? Because he hit no home runs. So these cards are very well thought out and planned and rated. These players are, extremely detailed in their ratings. 55 is a fly out to center field. No sacrifice fly on this one. 56, 61, 62, 63, 64, and 65 are all potential Ks depending on the K ability of the pitcher. Okay, so a guy like, off the top of my head, someone who doesn't strike out many guys would be a 1. Somebody who strikes out a lot of guys would be a 5. So he would get strikeouts on 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, and 60. Yeah, that's it. So like a Nolan Ryan could even be higher than a 5. He could be an 8. And what does that mean? That means some of these numbers, like a 14 or a 15, could become strikeouts as well. But that's like a special rule. It's not for everybody. And then, of course, if it's not a strikeout, then it would be a fly ball to left, could be a sac with a runner on third, ground ball to second, runner advances, fly ball to right, could be a sac with a runner on third. 64 would be a ground ball to pitcher, runners advance, and 65 would be a fly ball to center, sacrifice if there's a runner on third, otherwise it's just a fly ball. Nobody else gets to tag. Wait, actually, you could try to tag up the guy on second on all sac flies, okay? So just be aware of that. You could do that. So then we got to that, and finally we're at 66, and that's going to be a triple. Why? Some players have home runs there. Others have doubles. Depends. Some players have doubles on 55 number or on 11. Depends. But he had a triple because he had a couple of triples and 57 at-bats. Now let's go a little farther down. This is going to show us from left to right on the yellow line where it's yellow highlighted. That's a sacrifice hit number with less than 2 outs and then with 2 outs. With less than 2 outs, it's a 5. Not outs, strikes, excuse me. So sacrifice hit number with less than 2 strikes and with 2 strikes, it goes to a 3 with 2 strikes. Hit and run is going to be a B. An A is the best. Stolen base, and there's a chart for that, obviously. Stolen base would be up to 62. He stole 8 of 9. Then you have his injury rating, very high. He only had 50 at-bats. And then you have his intentional base on ball number, 0. So he was never walked intentionally. So you could know if you're playing, should I walk this guy? Oh, no, he was never walked. Probably I should. Or maybe I decide to walk him. Who knows? He is a 377 hitter, 73 hitter in his 50 at-bats in 1987. All right, so here you have 2 numbers. In this, you have the positions he plays. He only plays 1, second base. You look down the column. Then you look across the row. There's 2 rows, right, in this matrix. 2 rows. There's an R51, which is his boot number. I call it a boot number, like a ball is hit to him and he lets it roll up his arm and it drops. Okay, or he bobbles it and he drops it. The next one, the 52 number, is his arm error number. Some players have 0 because they never made a throwing error. In this case, he has a boot errors, 52, very high, by the way, but he has no throwing errors. The C is his range. So if it says go to 53, see how it says AB? If it said AC and it was hit to Miller, and this was another card, then he would get it because he is rated a C range, which is a pretty decent range. Now, when you go to 52, that's his V throwing arm number. A ball that on another card would say potential double play, like G, let's say it said on 46. Let's say, look at 46 on the right of the forward slash G5. Let's say it said G4 because Miller's a second baseman. Then it said DP question mark. Okay, well then you would roll against that V, which is 1, 2, 3, double play, 4, 5, 6, just a fielder's choice. And finally, the last line at the bottom of the card is his games played, his plate appearances, his doubles, his triples, his homers, then his average. I think this is his slugging. This is an on-base percentage. On base, I think that's what it is. Or we're slugging fourth. Anyway, you understand what I'm talking about. 373, and then the 490 I think is the on base. And that's about it. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel. Check out all my videos, all my instructional videos, all my demo videos, all my gameplay videos, so you can get a sense of all the exciting stuff we got going on in our hobby. And also check out the flow of the game. Would you like to play that game? Maybe not. And roll your own games and share out. Share out on all the Facebook groups. Universal Baseball Association Facebook group. We have the Field Day Baseball group. We have the Digital Diamond Baseball fan page. And we have many, many affiliated groups with the Universal Baseball tagline. Thanks, guys. This is Tony Porter, Tabletop Baseball Digest. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys soon.